I'm Tambi Saffran from Focus Magazine and Focus TV, and I just had a great conversation with Lauryn Everts, the founder of The Skinny Confidential, a sassy and sexy lifestyle brand for women. Check it out. So tell us about The Skinny Confidential, how you got started, what it is, and what inspired you to start it.
So The Skinny Confidential was started when I was at San Diego State. I was going to school there and I was very bored and stimulated, and I was bartending and teaching Pure Barre and trying to juggle school, and I just needed like a creative outlet. So I was trying to find out what I could do to connect women together and we could kind of share our tips and tricks. And the perfect platform for that seemed to be a blog. Mm-hmm. So I sort of got a poster board, just wrote down all my ideas, started collecting magazine articles, talking to doctors, talking to regular girls, talking to supermodels, and just collecting data and putting it in like a binder, like a trapper keeper. And then I sort of just drew out the blog on a poster board, hired a very cheap web designer, and just kind of micromanaged him until it was the blog that I wanted. I launched it out. It was a health and fitness blog initially, and my plan was to kind of do an upside down triangle, start very small, very niche, and then grow out from there and just zone in on that niche, but then just slowly expand out. And that's kind of what has happened in the last 5 years. I obviously still have a ways to go. But now we're here, and now it's kind of turned into this like lifestyle blog with like this very real, taboo kind of like a sassy take with women from everywhere.
And you just started doing a podcast as well.
We just started doing
Tell
a
us about
podcast. It's really exciting. It's called The Skinny Confidential, him and her podcast. It's with my fiance. His name is Michael Bostic, and basically Michael is really big on the business side of The Skinny Confidential. Okay. He helps me on that, and he also has his own businesses. So together we've created this podcast that's like relationship advice, like one night stand advice, single girl advice, but also the business side. And Michael likes to talk about the books he reads, and it's just like kind of like everything for our age demo.
And you also wrote a book.
I wrote a book.
The Skinny Confidential. Tell us about your book.
It's called The Skinny Confidential Lifestyle Guide, and it's available in Barnes & Noble and on Amazon. And it's stuff that's not on the blog. I like got a bunch of information and kind of wrote about it over the last 3 years and put it into a book so the readers can get kind of more look into my lifestyle.
What advice would you give for people that want to start blogging?
Advice for people that want to start blogging. Well, first of all, I would say don't go into it expecting like to get rich quick. It's not a get rich quick thing. It's something that you have to love, and it will shine through the screen if you love it. Blogging is like a very kind of different thing where you actually develop a relationship with the reader as you go. So just my advice would be remember that as you're growing. But just to wrap around your question, my advice would be to get started, to let your voice shine through the screen, to stay consistent, to take quality photos, and invest in yourself. Like, you know, take the money that you make from the blog at first and put it back into the blog.
What do you do to stay in shape?
What do I do to stay in shape? Well, there's a couple things. I love Pilates.
Okay.
I'm very careful with what I eat, meaning that I will always look at ingredients. I like whole ingredients. I don't look at like calories or carbs or anything like that. I just focus on whole ingredients. And then I also created the Skinny Confidential Bombshell Body Guide, which is 27-minute workouts 3 days a week. And it's just for the girl that's really busy on the go, that doesn't have time and doesn't have equipment. So I actually do those workouts at home. And I've created like kind of like a grocery list and kind of like all my favorite foods and my favorite fitness moves all in one kind of ebook. So there's the Bombshell Body, and then I mean I just like I like to walk, I like to hike, I like to move.
Lauryn, you're out and about in LA. Do you have any dating tips for our readers out there?
I would say my number one dating tip personally is get offline. And that's a weird one because people don't really want to hear that because that's the easy way, I feel like. I think LA has so many beautiful hot spots. You should get out, meet people, bring your computer to a cute coffee store and sit there and look cute and see who's around and who's out and about. I mean, dating online to me is kind of like the tradition, like, and the classicness of it is like taken out of it. to me. I would rather go and like go to the beach or go hiking and just meet active people. So that's my number one dating tip. And then my other dating tip is just kind of go for it. I think that women kind of wait for the guy to come to them. I mean, you can strike up a conversation with a guy. There's lots of different ways.
And since this is our entrepreneurial issue and you are an entrepreneur, what advice would you give for entrepreneurs starting businesses?
I would say that entrepreneurs should go into whatever they are doing with passion and vigor and not make it just about money. So go into whatever you're going to do with focusing on the goal, not the money goal, the goal of what you're trying to accomplish. So if you're a blogger, what kind of community are you trying to cultivate and create? If you're a writer, what kind of book or what kind of online platform are you trying to create? Forget about the money and the money will come. If you are waking up in the morning and not loving what you're doing and you're not doing it with all the passion you can do it with, then maybe it's not the right space for you. So find your niche, find your platform, find what you're good at, and focus on your strengths and not on your weaknesses.
I agree. I heard that on your podcast too, and I agree with you totally. You said Monday morning, I'm up, I'm ready to go. What are we doing Monday?
Yeah.
And that's the way I feel, so
That's
I can
amazing.
relate to that. Yeah, then you know you're doing the right thing when you're so excited to get up and start your day.
Yeah, don't think of Saturday different than Monday, different than Sunday. I mean,
Every day.
yeah, it just
be excited for what
chip
you're
away
doing
a
that
little
day.
bit every day.
Well, thank you.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you so much for being here. What do you like most about living in LA?
Weather,
Favorite type of music?
bossa nova,
Last song you listened to?
Goldfinger,
Favorite song?
The Girl from Ipanema,
Current hobby?
Pilates,
Favorite type of exercise?
The Bombshell Body Guide,
Favorite blog post?
Vagina Steaming,
Funniest one-liner you ever wrote?
Use coconut oil as lube,
Favorite shoes?
Louboutins,
Favorite restaurant?
Cipriani,
Favorite app?
Snapchat,
Favorite person to follow on Instagram?
@Michael Bostic,
Favorite person to follow on Snapchat?
Kate Hudson,
3 things in your handbag you can't live without.
chapstick, my phone charger, and the beauty blender.
Favorite fashion designer?
Saint Laurent,
Coolest thing in your house?
definitely the motorcycle on our wall.
Best gift you've ever given?
Painting,
Favorite book?
Shantram,
Last book you read?
Elizabeth Taylor,
Favorite Instagram post?
definitely the ones of my dogs.
What are you most excited about right now?
Our podcast,
What would be your dream job?
blogger, what I have,
Favorite type of car?
Cayenne,
Favorite cocktail?
spicy jalapeno margarita,
Favorite place to vacation?
Cabo,
Last country you visited?
Mexico,
Favorite weekend trip out of LA?
New York,
Favorite TV show?
House of Cards,
Favorite podcast?
The Skinny Confidential Him and Her,
Last movie you loved?
Cesario,
Favorite actor?
Robert De Niro,
Favorite food?
spicy,
Last time you had sex?
last night.
I'm not in a hurry, not going nowhere. I'm not going nowhere, yeah. If you want a second to breathe, I'll give you all of my love, I'll give you all that you need. Don't worry, I'm not in a hurry, not going nowhere. I'm not going nowhere, yeah. If you want a second to breathe, I'll give you.
I'm Tambi Saffran from Focus Magazine and Focus TV. We just had a great conversation with Lauryn Everts, who is the founder of Skinny Girl Confidential. The Skinny Girl
The Skinny Confidential. So
The
3
Skinny-
words. Think
The
TSC.
Skinny-
No girl.
No, girl, because this is.
I know,
girl.
it's confusing.
Don't worry, I'm not in a hurry, not going nowhere. I'm not